Hello friends, I am Sarah.
I'm Vicky.
Welcome to Moral Story.
Welcome to Moral Story.
A burglar broke into a house in the United States in 1942 and cut off only the hair of the women in the house. Who has committed 4 incidents like this? Come see in full why he did this.
Let's go into the video.
Let's go into the video.
1942 is the middle of World War II. During this time, the United States was active in attacking Germany and Japan. Men in the United States have often joined the military and started serving the country.
The city of Mississippi in the United States, which had been normal until then, gradually changed after the outbreak of World War II. As the men all joined the army, their wives began to look at the work that men saw for household income.
The Mississippi area of the United States gradually became an industrial area. The population in this area began to increase. People from various other locations have all begun to gradually migrate to Mississippi.
Thus many were unemployed. As a result, the number of crimes in the Mississippi area is increasing day by day. The police took several measures but could not control it.
On June 5, 1942, 2 women, Mary Briggs and Edna Heidel, were found sleeping in Lady Victoria, Mississippi. Then suddenly the 2 of them sank and someone jumped out of the window of the house and went out.
The 2 women screamed when they saw it. But he escaped. It was only after he left that the women noticed. The hair on their heads was cut off. They were shocked to see this. They then lodged a complaint with the police.
Police are investigating the bizarre incident, but no one has been able to find out who did it. The whole town started talking about this strange incident.
2 people who saw the man involved in the incident in the dark identified him as short in stature, slightly plump and wearing a white sweater.
Exactly 1 week after the incident, the 2 girls were 6-year-old twins in the same area. While the 2 were sleeping at home, someone came and cut off their hair.
It was only the next morning that they noticed the same thing. This time a complaint was lodged with the police. When police arrived and searched the room where the incident took place, the only clue they found was a one-legged shoe.
The 2 was found near the window in the room where the incident took place. Police found that the perpetrator had come through the window.
Over the next few days he went with this hairdresser into the house of Heidelberg in the same area. Heidelberg and his wife were the only ones there, and the thief who broke into their house at night did not steal the hair this time.
Inside the house he went with a big wire. Heidelberg and his wife saw him coming and shouted. But the thief struck Heidelberg with the rod in his hand and struck his wife in the face.
Heidelberg fainted from the attack and attacked his wife again, breaking the tooth in his mouth and stealing only 1 tooth. He later contacted the police and lodged a complaint.
But neither could tell how the thief was. The 2 could not identify him as the incident took place in the dark.
But when police inspected the scene, they found 2 gloves with blood on them at a place a short distance from the house. One of the policemen who took this thought that the person who carried out the incident had parked his bike in the area and came back and killed them.
The last thing the hairdresser finally got into was Ms. Taylor, who was sleeping alone at home when she suddenly felt like someone had put a cloth on her face and pressed her. But he could not let go of that grip. In a few seconds he fainted.
Then he woke up dizzy and saw that he had cut his hair. He also learned that the window of the house was broken. He lodged a complaint with the police.
In it they only learned that the perpetrator of the incident had used anesthesia. No other trace was available to police. The news spread like wildfire in the area, causing great fear among the people.
The women in the area all closed the windows and doors well at night and then went to sleep. Many people had that fear even in their sleep. Some went many nights without sleep.
2 months have passed since the last incident. The people were very dissatisfied with the police and many criticized the police for not being able to catch the culprit. The police investigation also continued.
At the time, police suspected William Dolan of Germany. He and Heidelberg had a previous feud and police suspected him.
The case was later transferred to the FBI. They tracked down Dolan and later found he had a bag full of hair during a search of the house. So they arrested him on suspicion.
During the court hearing, Dolan said he had received the hair from a barber shop behind his house because he was a chemist and had received it to study the hair.
But the court refused to believe it and sentenced him to 10 years in prison for trying to kill the Heidelberg family. But people do not believe Dolan would have done this.
His neighbor knows that he has been collecting and researching his hair for years. So there was a perception among the people that the police had arrested someone without evidence to close the case.
But the last thing that happened was the Ms. Taylor incident. Dolan was arrested 2 months later. No such incident took place between then and there.
But on the FBI side of the court, Dolan was a German who believed in Nazi policy. So they argued that such an incident had taken place against the Americans.
He was sent to jail after the court finally upheld his 10-year sentence. Yet people could not believe that he was the real finisher. The days rolled by.
There was the talk among the people that he was an innocent man living in prison after 6 years. The governor of the state of Mississippi subsequently ordered Dolan to be questioned again.
But are humans telling the truth this time? Are you lying? There was a fact-finding test to find out. This test was performed on Dolan. Dolan was asked questions about the events and his own life. In these questions it was found that he was speaking the truth. Dolan was then released.
The case became a mystery, and with this conclusion the local people started calling him Phantom Barber. Did William Dolan really end up being that Phantom Barber? Or anyone else? Why did he do this? What is the mystery behind this? To this day there is no answer to these.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.